Hello crafters, this is Suzanne from A Creative Muse and I'm here with my OLO marker haul review. Let's talk about how to put it together. Let's just go right into it. Let's get started. Okay crafters, so I saw these markers on Spellbinders and then I also watched a video about them. My first journey into these markers was at Spellbinders, purchasing the purple tone set because from what I understand, their shades of purple and yellows are a little bit different than my Copic markers. And you guys know, I've told you many a time, I have a whole host of them. Been collecting Copics forever. When I first bought it, it was the purple tones and these were the colors. These are in the purple tone family, but not everything worked with each other. So I realized, okay, I'm going to probably have to go back. As you can see, they're giving you a sampling of what the purple tones are. And when I tried to mix it with my Copics, some of it wasn't really working at all. So then I realized, okay, I got to get some of these markers. OLOs are double-sided brush tip marker. So let me show you what I mean. Like so. So you get brush tip both, and you can do one full marker chisel of the same color brush tip, but there's no real need to. Okay, let me make sure that I have my colors right. that was so smart to take it off like that. Yeah. The beauty of these markers is that you can customize them. I like to have brush tip because that's what I used to color with. Now I'm actually using my chisel for the flowers, Susan's Florals. And how you put these markers together at Spellbinders in this pack of 8, because I kept this packaging, okay? You get 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom with the connector in the middle. I went to OLO itself and ordered some markers to fill in for some of these colors. For example, you can see here, I have violet 1.6, but I don't have violet 1.1. And then here's another violet 7.6. So I got all of these in a pack, and then I got a little baggie of connectors. So they send this to you for free with each set that you order. So if you order 1 marker, you're going to get probably just 1 connector. You order 4, you're going to get 2 connectors, etc. All my marker halves came sealed in this bag. Isn't that cool? With the connectors too. So that was nice. What you do is you take your marker and you can set color combinations too. Let's say I like the 1.1 with the blue violet 4.2. I can do this combination if I wish and then have these two together. But for right now, I'm going to keep it more in the same color family. But I have the option. Now, what makes OLO different than, let's say, Copic? From what I understand, Copic markers, they have a filter in here, in this little body. That's where the ink is. Between the body and the brush tip, there's a filter. These markers don't have a filter. And I'm lightly talking about this because I'm not an expert on it yet. So what they say is that you get more ink because your ink is not being absorbed by that filter. And also changing it out is like, really, I think it's pulling this out and then putting it back in and going again or something like that. It's like really interesting the way they do the refill. And the refills have a low price point as well. For each half, if you go on the OLO website, see here at Spellbinders is packaged brush tip, done. On the OLO website, it is you pick a color, violet 7.6. Once you go into adding it to your cart, it's going to say brush and chisel. That's 1 whole marker of the same color. Then it's going to say brush only, chisel only, refill. Okay, you have to go in and pick. If you want to do the same brush tip like me, you're going to have to pick brush tip every single time, every marker you add to your cart. And that's what I did. I created an account and just took my time. BV 4.2 and BV 4.4. There we go. See how that goes together nicely? I treated myself. I actually have 1 single one. I don't have another end for it. I need to order another marker to, I thought I had it all even, but I didn't order everything even. So I ordered some pinks. I definitely ordered the violets, that's for sure. I did order their colorless blender. Colorless blender now will show you like what their true marker comes as. Chisel one side, brush tip. This I did get from Spellbinders. So even at Spellbinders, you are going to get the chisel. It's not brush and brush. Okay, I could order another brush tip if I want, but it's okay. I did also get some of their greens look interesting. These greens I saw Susan coloring the leaves with them. So I said, you know what, let me give that a try. And I did pick up a few. The price point wasn't bad, and I gave myself a budget, and I stuck in the budget. So I did order a few of them just to have and to play with, beyond just sticking with the violet alone. I did order some yellows. They have some really like standard bright yellows, but they also had these interesting darker yellows, more golden yellow. That's where I think this is different than Copic, is these yellows. I did order this orange. It looked interesting too. Here is a sheet of Nina alcohol friendly paper. These are the colors that comes in that set of 8 if you want to start there like I did. Let's go with this BG. So this is blue green 0.4. Well, that's kind of bright. Blue green 0.8. Ooh, that color. And then 0.7. This is very pretty right here. That is very pretty. I think some of these colors are more modern colors. A lot of the Copic markers, they have been set from years ago. So some of these colors to me with the Olos seem like what we use now. You know what I mean? Like how there's such a pink called Kardashian pink, that kind of colorway, you know, or purple, blue purple. This looks more modern to me. That I've seen before, but right here, that's sweet. Blue green 2.1, let's see. Interesting. Yellow green, very interesting. Almost camouflage color. Lime. Oh, I'm liking that lime. That lime is cool. I don't think I have anything this limey with so much yellow in it. That I have. Orange. Let me see if this is a true peach. Because it did have a salmon to it that I was interested in. One color was called salmon. That I think is a salmon. These do roll. Stop rolling. If you want to see a color chart, now this is a whole grouping together. There is a resource section. I will link it below then for you so you can go straight to it. And you can print out a full color chart or a blank chart that you color in. Obviously, I'm going to print out a blank chart to color in. For example, this is a blank Copic chart, okay? Look at all the colors I have. Let's see. See, so these are all the purples right here. You see how I don't have, this is kind of close to it, but there is a lot around this. This almost looks like that, but then this is here, and these are two different sets. Interesting. This is more closer to down here, but this is a little bit different than that. Yeah, this is close to maybe R81, 83 right in here. The shading is just a little bit different. In person, to you, it might look the same. But to me, I'm sitting here, I can see that there is just a one tone, just something added to it that makes the tone different. But this is great to have, like your own chart. So they do have OLO charts as well. Let me try this RV01 cotton candy. This is their pinks. Couldn't help it. I was like, oh, the pinks must have pinks. That's a bright pink. RV04. Let's see. Pretty. That's kind of a modern-y looking pink. And this is another pink. RV06. This is a family right here. Interesting that this is with that. Very interesting. Let's try one of these violets here. Let's take a trip down Violet Lane. Okay. This is a whole host of violets right here in one grouping. Let's zoom it down too. Why not? So you can get a real feel for it. This is Violet 2.3. Interesting. I don't see Copic having this color. Not exactly. See, that's more pinky than this. This is a more modern purple. You see, that's different right there. So that was Violet 2.3. That is not in the sample here, but the 2.7 out of it is. Violet 2.4. Let's go. Ooh, yeah, this is different than Copic already. I can see it. 2.6. I did the whole family. See, this is that purple, blue purple. 2.7. That is what I have here before from the tones of purple. And then there's a darker one, 2.8. So let's look at 2.8. This is close to this. Hair darker. But wow, loving right here. Of course, when I start to color with them, then I'll let you know when I really start to play with it. In terms of using it on an image. 2.4. And then 2.6. Let me see if it has the same push-pull like Copic. Yeah, there we go. Huh, interesting. Very interesting. That's the blend. Let's go in with the 0. Let's go in. Let me see. Colorless blender. Working. Let's try it over here on the blue. Interesting. Okay, crafters, so far I'm loving it. I can definitely see that these purples, they're not over here. So happy with that. And let's try another grouping. Let's try that yellow grouping. Let's just see. Y0 2.2. I did like colors in the group. This color I already know I pretty much don't have. Y 2.3. Kind of like a butter yellow, custard yellow. 2.5. Ooh, interesting. Pumpkinish. Or not pumpkin, squash maybe or something. That's interesting. Let's pull out the yellows. Okay, like this could be like a darker version of this. This is close to here, but these two shades are just the tone is different than what's here. Even over here, it's different. What is missing here is filled in over here. The thing with Copic yellows, as you can see, a lot of it coming all the way down is quite bright. I know that. That has always been my issue with the yellows. And so sometimes I'll start here and then have to mix in down here. But this can be a nice breather for some of my brighter colors. So can this. This is almost like a yellow flesh tone. It is close to this one though. YR21, yellow red, or yellow orange. Maybe yellow orange. Maybe that's what it stands for. I'm still learning, but I can see little differences. And this right here, see how you're not really seeing it? Because I know this is a more modern color. This color in particular, right there. It's not over here. If you see it, point it out. It could be close to BG09. This has more rich, vibrant saturation, something like that. So this could be in this family, but a different shade of this family. I really, really like that. Interesting. So obviously I'm going to be making another swatch that have it close to this one to compare my Copic swatch with my OLO swatch. So far though, I am very happy with these markers. I can even purchase if I want like a tip, like an end. And they sell extra connectors in case you misplace one, but I can do an end that looks like the top of a fountain pen type thing. I'm going to get something else then to just maybe finish out one of these colors. I have one or two that I was just curious. I did buy some based on just being curious. I know. So right now I do have blue with this color, so I may switch it out and do something different. Yeah. So you just screw that connector and just put them back together and play. I like the playfulness of this set too. Very, very nice. OLO Markers. Where are they made? Are they made in the USA? Let me see. Made in Japan. Oh, and that's where Copic's Japanese too. Yeah. Alrighty, crafters. I just wanted to show you that I started off with this set from Spellbinders. Then I grew into adding more. There is in total, I believe, 120 something markers. At Spellbinders, it's going to be all brush tip because that's what we use normally as card makers. Both ends will be brush tip because especially packaged. I went in because I wanted to fill out these purples, then add on those yellows, and then some of this Susan Painter's Garden Florals green, okay? So I wanted to also add on a few of that. I'm not unhappy. So I'll color some images and then show you guys how it turns out. That's my overview of OLO markers. Alrighty, crafters, on to the next video. I will put links for both Spellbinders and OLO below. Stay crafty, my friends. Bye.